And stay out, you sack of sh... Oh, hi there. I didn't see you there. No. Well, I guess now that you're here, we can start. I just wanted to take this moment to show you around this hideout that I've built. Him? Nah. Never mind him. He just tried to jack some shit from my loot box here. But, yeah. So, come on in and I'll show you around. Hello everyone, this is Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un. I'm here to show you a little video about the hideout, how to upgrade it effectively, and how to get the most out of it. Now, I'm going to show you a quick breakdown on what each component of the hideout is and how it works. Okay, so let's begin. So we're going to start off with security. Security is just there to look pretty and show you a dead guy on your stairs. It's yeah. You have the scav case, which allows you to spend money, balls, or moonshine to get items. These items vary, but they can be pretty good, ranging from tank batteries to ammunition to armor. One of my friends has claimed that he's gotten a couple of Ford armors out of the moonshine, so I haven't myself, but I can't confirm or deny. From there we go to the stash, and the stash just is another one of those things that looks pretty. It doesn't actually reflect what you have in your stash currently, however I have a feeling at one point or another they may integrate at least some of your items into it, just to help make it look not so empty. We'll move over, we go to the lavatory. The lavatory allows you to craft items in it. Stuff like the mag case, Clean wiper, fuel, filter absorbers, WD-40, shampoo, toilet paper, hoses, bleach, and air filters. And these things are items that you need for quests, missions, and constructing stuff, so useful. At max level, you also gain access to the dew cut, and the dew cut has, for some reason, some interesting fapping material, which, you know, hey, if you want to sit here staring at it for a long time, be my guest. We walk over to the gun range, shooting range, place to test guns. Awesome place, love it. It's my favorite place on the entire hideout. Not because it does anything other than allow me to shoot the Juge Blaster. Set up in such a way you have 10 meters, 25 meters, 50 meters, and then I think it's 75 meters to the back. Allows you to test out a gun without having any negative repercussions. You don't waste ammo. You're not getting any recoil control out of spamming it. I mean, it just allows you to test out a gun, make sure you don't have anything obscuring your optics or anything like that. Overall, it's pretty useful. I just enjoy going over here to test out the recoil patterns of some guns and test them at range. Now we go to the workbench. The workbench allows you to deconstruct items as well as create new items using weapons parts, gunpowder, and so on. This allows you to make some of the best ammo in the game, stuff like SNB, BP ammo, speaking of, whoa, grenades, RGDs, all sorts of things. If you got a tank battery and you need some car batteries for the hideout, boom, right here is your best bet. Make an AKM, or sorry, AKS-74M, all sorts of things. Corrugated hoses used to be in here, I believe. Not anymore. Rip ammo. Oh, yeah. All in all, it's pretty useful. You can actually make some money using just this. We go over to the Intelligence Center. And the Intelligence Center gives you, at maximum, a 35% cooldown on your scav, more money on your quests. Insurance return times are reduced by 20%, and it costs less to lift stuff on the flea market, which is awesome. Also, it allows you to make flash drives for Jaeger's mission and Skier's mission. Useful. Very useful. We walk over to the Bitcoin farm, and the Bitcoin farm allows you to farm a Bitcoin every 5 hours, up to a maximum of 3 at a time. Okay, so that means that 15 hours, you have to check it, otherwise you're wasting time on it. And currently, Bitcoins are going for 123K, but they fluctuate between 114 and 130, so not a bad investment, as long as you get at least half of the graphics cards in RAID. The water collector is useful. It helps raise your water 108 points per hour. Alright, which allows you to get back into a raid after, say, you have an extended trip on Shoreline or Interchange where all of your water is gone and you somehow make it out without dying. This allows you an opportunity to get it up relatively quickly. It also allows you to make super water. And super water takes 5 hours and 20 minutes, but it is extremely useful because, as we go over to our next thing, you can turn it into Fierce Hatchling Moonshine. With 2 sugars, and the super water. You can use that in the scav case back over there. You go over to the med station. The med station's been nerfed pretty heavily, but it's still a viable option in terms of making profit. If you need something, need to heal up after getting dumpstered in a raid, build a couple of these bad boys right here, the Grizzlies. All it takes is 5 piles of meds. Pretty good bargain. Walk over to the living area, the rest space. You got a 2016 calendar, more FAP material for whatever reason, hey, I'm not judging. You got a Tarkov poster that says Nyek School. Or, yeah, something like that. I don't really speak Russian. I don't know. A car, a picture of the woods. And when you really want some action, you can sit here and watch TV. Watch as these bear operatives go in and dumpster on some USEC bros. It's like, something's about to happen. And he just gets domed. And then there's scavs that come in. Anyhow, I'm not going to focus on this all that much. He is down for the count. Alright. The main thing of the rest area is the glory that is Call of Call. GISS. And Batman Leg Meta Edition. 2 outstanding games made and brought to us by the glory that is BSG. Moving on, we got the library. All my friends are still dead. How to teach your dog quantum physics. The last days of Tarkov. I mean, this is some next level. Even with the upgrade to Unity, they added Unity for absolute beginners. That was a brilliant move. I love the little Easter eggs. We move over to the heating. The heating allows you to regenerate your energy out of raid. And it also allows you to heal broken limbs, bleeds, etc. out of raid. Move over here. This is the air filter. You put in these air filter absorbers, the FP100s. Into it, you get 20 hours of a boost to your ability to level strength, endurance, covert movement, and 1 or 2 other skills that are a pain in the ass. It's a very useful thing. And each one of them requires one of those FP100s. You get 20 hours out of each one. Walking over here, we got the kitchen. The kitchen doesn't really serve any use other than to make sugar. You can make condensed milk. You can make aquamarine. You can make Winston cigarettes out of tea and a I don't get that. If you really want to waste your moonshine, boom, you can make vodka. All in all, not bad. Alright. Now, with all of this, it's a heavy investment of time, resources, and just overall gameplay. The addition of the hideout made it possible for people who, you know, farm money relatively quickly to maximize what they want to do. You want to make money? Boom, go to Bitcoin farm. If you want to, say, play essentially a gacha game, boom, you have your scav case. All in all, it just allows for a lot of different elements that Tarkov really benefits from. But you're not here to just find out what a maxed out hideout looks like. No, you want to see how to get one as quickly as possible. Now with that, let's get right to it. Okay, cool. So we're here. We just took a drive down to the local Ultra Mall, a place where you can grab a grocery cart, or in this case an AK, and go to town, pick up everything you need for a quick, easy upgrade to your hideout. Now, in order to go in here, it is a dangerous location full of angry Black Friday shoppers. It's one of those things, you know. You go in there and you get flattened and steamrolled by people. So I recommend going in with as large of a backpack as possible. The new 6SH118 Raid backpack comes to mind. Okay, as for weaponry, anything will do. Everything ranging from an MP153 shotgun loaded with Magnum buckshot will do you proud. So we're going to go in through the back door because sometimes things are a little bit more interesting when you go through the back. Okay, now coming up here during the raids, you'll often find scavs patrolling this backyard, or back lot rather, looking around for that one cheeky little shit that decided, you know what, I'm going to try and snag something without paying for it. So you got to watch it. You got to watch it. Alright, we're going to go back through the shipping doors, and if you've watched my other video, you're familiar. This is the pathway that I like to take. Now, we're in a store right now called Ollie. Ollie is a hardware store. Think of it like Lowe's or Home Depot, but in Russia. And so, as with all things in Russia, it can be a shit show sometimes. A drunken shit show if you have a lot of vodka, but still a shit show. So, I'm going to go over where you need to check in order to get in, get out, and get on with your life, because who wants to spend all day in checkout at a Home Depot, am I right? So, when you come in here, you're going to find loot spawns along these. These are all pallet racks. You know, you can't actually climb up on them as far as I'm aware. You find loots here. What's that? You need screws and nuts? Well, guess what? These toolboxes, they're littered all over. They've got them all over. And they've got everything you need. Propane tanks, if you need to get that barbecue growing, you know. Like, hey, having some friends over. It's going to be great. I'm going to love it. Come over here. You got more pallet racks. Hey, you got a squeaky wheel or something? Boom, WD-40 right there. Guess what? You might need it for a quest or two. Who knows? Who knows? Just grab it. Alright. You got another amazing little toolbox here that's just left with shit inside of it. Guess what? You need a T-plug? Probably not, but one of the things that you will need is these corrugated hoses, bolts, occasionally gunpowder if you want to use the workbench. It's all good. It's all good in this neighborhood. Alright, look at that. Windshield wiper fluid out? Guess what? Here you go. What? That's not windshield wiper fluid? What is it, radiator fluid? Either way, it's still drinkable. Packs of screws. Guess what? You need these as well. This is in terms of loot density, on a serious note, this area is pretty high. You can usually find, if you're trying to make money or you're trying to play the market, guess what? This is an area for you. Ollie is one-stop shop for anything and everything that you need for the hideout, with the exception of computer parts or electronics. Look at that, silicone tubing. Guess what you use that for? That's right, the booze filter generator thing. Light bulbs. What's that? You got no lights in your hideout? Now you do. Alright. Now, word of caution. During the early days of the wipe, this area will be a shit show. People will be running in here with the sole purpose of doing this exact run. Okay? They will be taking everything that they possibly can and selling it on this flea market for as much as they possibly can. And who can blame them? I mean, when you control the market, you can set the prices. You can get all sorts of loot on every single one of these. You can keep going. Another light bulb. Now, as you progress through this area, you're going to come across scavs patrolling around this area. Now, if you want computer parts, guess what? We've got those here. Computer here. You know, looking for that ever-elusive graphics card? Boom, there's another one right here. Alright, it allows you an opportunity to get everything you need. Radiator helix, guess what? You'll need those too. Motors, you need those. Like I said, everything you want. Now, I'm not going to pick up anything else. I'm just going to run through here and show you all the locations to check and to locations that you'll end up oftentimes finding people. Alright? Alright. So, front of the mall is that direction. So you've got all these registers. If you've got the key, you can open them up, which I don't have the key on me. All of this, you can find 1 or 2 loot spawns on each of these. And this is the same all the way across the store. Now, big thing. This area right here has a grenade box. Wait, where'd it go? Never mind. Don't mind me, I'm insane. I mean, I am Kim Jong-un after all, right? Oh well. Alright, you got a gazebo over here. Ain't anything to worry about on there except for one little bag. Water fountain. Alright, now we get back here. You got these. All of these have 1 to 2 spawns on them, usually tape, screws, nails, etc. And get back here. I don't know what you would consider this. I guess a lighting terrace. You got another amazing little toolbox, gas analyzer, drill, tin snips, nippers, you know, tools. Go figure. Tools in a toolbox. Who'd have thought? Alright, so we're going to keep going. Look at more alkali. Over in this area, you'll often find fuel for your generator. Usually situated in this little cluster. Doesn't seem to be any right now. Oh well. Alright. Now, a lot of people don't come here. This is a low risk area. You got a little maintenance closet. That is... Oh, look at that. Fuel right there. Boom. That's 24 hours, or what, 48 hours of fuel right there alone. Alright. Go to the red room. Got a bag. Weapons case if you're looking for weapons parts or something like that. But the goal here is we're trying to find parts for our hideout. Alright. And so what do the hideouts need? They need hardware and electronic components. Well, guess what? we got some electronic components in here. You go in here. Hey, baby, how you doing? I mean, got another bag. Computer here. Don't recall if there's one back here. There's not. Weapons case that never has anything in it. Like, if I opened it up right now, almost guarantee there would not be something in there. Another computer. Let's see. Just for shiggles and gits. Oh. Hey-oh. Okay. Not worth grabbing, but there you go. Alright. Now, you get into this area right here. This is a little bit higher risk, okay? You get in here. This is a quest room. No, it's not. There's one computer, though, worth grabbing, you know, parts from. Have a chance at a graphics card, CPU, etc. You go in here. Beard oil spawn is right here. What do we got here? Toothpaste. Tasty. And a key that spawns on this desk sometimes. It's rare. For the cash registers. You need a key for this. Damn. There's computer parts in there. Computer parts in there. And you got the private bathroom. Alright. So we exit out back over here. We're back at the front of Ollie. You come over here. You got more shelves with parts on it. You know, nothing too fancy. Same thing. You get over here, you have your manifest for the logistics mission that Ragman gives you. You got 3 more computers to hit. Or 2 more, rather. Alright. Now, that's for all of the hardware locations in Ollie. There's a couple of other locations that have some pretty good, solid chances of having some loot that you need. And I'll go over those really quickly. There's 2 more computers right here. What's that? We're not paying for this stuff. Better get the hell out of here. And right over to Texho. Texho, if you've seen my loot video, or making money guide, has a lot of electronic spawns. We're talking hard drives like right there, wires, military cable, magnets, RAM, light bulb, all just freely floating here. Another hard drive, GPX. I mean, in terms of loot density, it's not bad. If you got missions, you know, you need the gas analyzers, they spawn here. If you quickly scan, find any light bulbs, wires, etc. that you need, and immediately head right up here. Now this is a high-risk area. And when the wipe happens, this is basically the first place that a lot of people will be running to. Once again, you've got light bulbs, wires, power supplies. I mean, you name it, it spawns here. Nexor lenses for security. You know, LCD screens. Another light bulb over there. G-phone. I mean, you don't really need a G-phone, but it sells. More military cable. Power relays. All really useful stuff for getting for the hideout. You get over here, you have the same thing. There's a spawn on here, and on this one. The rest of these, I believe, are basically null. Alright, so, after a little bit of technical difficulty, where my graphics card decided to kill itself, stab itself in the throat, and then leave itself to die, we're back. Now, as I was saying, you come on down here, to the right, and you got a little hardware store called... Yeah, fuck that, I'm not trying to pronounce that. And here, corrugated hoses, stuff on the floor, fuel, hoses up here, more stuff, stuff on here, stuff on these boxes, occasionally stuff over here. Alright, go to the right. Another spawn. Tubing. Nails. And there you go. Now we're back up at Urban Clothes. Now from here, we have two options. If you need computer parts for your hideout, you go this way. If you need more corrugated hoses and crap like that, you're on this side. And that's what we're going to focus on because the computer parts run I will go over in another video. For now, we're just going to go over the basics of the primary locations to get stuff like corrugated hoses and the like. Okay, now, up here, a little bit more dangerous than over by the computer parts and stuff like that. This is a medium threat area on my heat map, mainly because as you're walking, you know, if you have no luck whatsoever, Killer will basically be like, "Cheeky breaky, here goes your cheekies," and he'll just light you up, send you back to lobby. You know, back to hideout in a gurney. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it. All right. So we're up here, and this is the last spot for these kinds of parts. Okay, so it's not, you know, we're not looking at a lot of time. It took, what, 20 minutes total for me to break down and go through it slowly. Imagine when you're running, you're looking at a 15-20 minute run at most, as long as you don't get caught. Inside of this room, more of these spawns. Actually, I lied. There's one more spot to check. Alright. Now, this is a high threat level area that we're heading to right now. Okay? And if you're thinking, oh, he forgot about Brutal, well, guess what? That's where we're headed now. Now, I don't recommend going into Brutal, but if the opportunity presents itself, say you get yourself in a dead raid where there's nothing but a couple of scavs, you know, you walk around, just free hip firing, the way that all guns were intended to be fired, like this one. Ah, love the sound of that gun. Alright. So we find ourselves at Brutal. And Brutal is one of those places that, you know, like I said, it's a kill spawn. It's also a place where a lot of people will sit, like, right here and just be like, yo, there's somebody opening Kiba, watch this. And just blap someone. Not exactly the safest place, but hey, you know, I'm not here to tell you not to go here, because if you have an opportunity or you're rolling with a squad, guess what? You guys can all get stuff for your hideout. More right here, you know, all over. Toolbox. Good shit. Good shit. All over. Alright. Now, if you're needing other things, keys and whatnot, you got National. You got a couple of jackets. But the big draw that I find in here is that there's stuff like defuel, nippers, and stuff like that on here. But you also got these bad boys. And these are useful for leveling up your search skill, which is one of the requirements in the hideout. So those will help it level it up real quick, real effectively. Alright, now that we've got a backpack full of loot, let's get the hell out of this mall and get back to our base. Later, nerds. Already out of ammo? Where's my fucking car?